So we kids two pages. Sif, the end of Sif Hey. The second paragraph is Sif Hey. Galein v'abit influence into the sechel. So Dovda Melch is asking, he wants to see wonders from the Teda. So we touch a few touches, and one touch we touch into the sechel from the Niglish of the Teda. You should see it in the floors. The Nishmasa der Eise, the Nishmasa Lid Nishmasa, the Rosin did Rosin. We explained that this has to do with Lag Beimer, because Lag Beimer, the Rashbi was Megala, the deepest parts of Teda. Rosin did Rosin. Before he wasn't Megala and Dafka on the day of Lag Beimer, Shasi passed away, Bol Istalokim in Olmer, when he wanted to leave this world, he revealed that Rosin did Rosin. We explained because Bechlal and Shama Mlul Beguf is Naran, and Chai Yichid is higher than Islav's Beguf, and since Bol Istalokim in Olmer is going to go away from the world, therefore he already had this Inyan. He had this Inyan that he was already feeling the Chai Yichid of Teda. That's why he revealed this part in Teda in that time. He said now also, he has a question, why does it say Gal Einai? Open my eyes. Since we're speaking about such a part in Teda which is Be'etzim hidden, it's not shach to be revealed, so it should ask to Gal Aniflois. What's Gal Einai? So he answered that Matan Teda there's two parts. There's Yelyenim Yedel Tachteinim, Tachteinim Yadel Yelyenim. The first thing mentioned in the Bitlag Zeda of Elyenim, Yedel Tachteinim, Tachteinim Yadel Yelyenim is Tachteinim Yadel Yelyenim, and then Elyenim Yedel Tachteinim. Although Bepel Mamish first was the descent, Vayeda Vayalar Sinai, only afterwards was the Lamesha Omer Alei Alavaye. But since in the Kavona is Dafka that the Tachteinim Yadel Yelyenim, before Elyenim Yedel Tachteinim, therefore that's mentioned first. Because that's the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal is that all the Hamshach should come because of the Mata, and through the Aveda. In order that should happen, you need to have the Keach of the Elyon. The Rebbe says that these two concepts which happened by Matan Teda, at Elyenim Yedel Tachteinim, and Tachteinim Yedel Elyenim, in more general, that's Teda and Mitzvahs. Teda is the Elyenim Yedel Tachteinim, because Teda is the wisdom of the Eibusha. Chachmas Shakash Baruch is coming down into Seichel Nusha, into a person's capability to understand. And then the mitzvahs on the other hand is Tachteinim Yadel Yenim, that the person is elevated. He comes to a recognition, he elevates himself. He refines himself. That's the word of a mitzvah, to refine the person. So the Rebbe says now, Api Mashin Borlel Sif Dalit. Here's what we're holding inside. According to what we said earlier, then what the main goal in Bitlak Zeda was that the Tachteinim should be elevated. And the same thing is in regard to Pnimis HaTeira, the Bitlak Zeda v'Mechitza. And so the way it's regularly is the secrets of Teira are hidden. And we ask in Galein V'Abitnim Flois Teira Secho, what's the main goal? The main goal is that the mata should be elevated. The galeinai, that my eyes should see it. Should come from my eyes. So leimar, the babita niflois to the second nechol gamina mitzvahs k'meishem mitzad nishmos de'raises. You have to say that when he asks galeinai babita niflois to the second, includes also the concept of mitzvahs, the way it's mitzad nishmos de'raises. Not just he's looking for the secrets of Teira, he's looking out for even more, in a way, more included, more inclusive is the in of mitzvahs, the way that mitzvah nishmas de'raisa, kavanas ha-mitzvahs. That's the main part. Why? Because mitzvahs is the alos ha-tachten, and so the alos ha-tachten, the way it is mitzvah nishmas de'raisa, that's the ultimate elevation of the tachten. That the tachten sees the neshama of the mitzvahs. Maybe at some tzedek pirish hashalot b'nei flois de'resechem kavanas ha-mitzvahs. Now he's answering the question that he asked before last time. We asked, why does the Tzaddik bring in the middle of his pirish that bit in the flood to the speaking about the Nishmas De'iraisa? It speaks about the Kavanos and Mitzvahs. Why is the Tzaddik bring in the middle? So he says, Vayinu, Why does someone say they bring the spirit of the Shalom in the middle? So he says, in general, Kiyam should be the way they should be. You need learning Torah. The Talmud Mevel de Maisa. If you don't learn, you don't know what to do. Yishleimar, Maisa Mitzvah, Haguf Shalom Mitzvah, the boy, or the Limigali the Torah. Or that the Maisa Mitzvah should be the way it should be. You need to learn the revealed part of Torah, Haguf the Torah. In order that the neshama of the mitzvah should be the way it should be, the way it's supposed to be. The limit between neshama that eyes is only for learning the inner parts of Torah, the inner dimension of Torah. So the male, when he's asking a bit in the flows Torah secha, is to see the neshama, the kavanas hamitzvahs is only through the Talmud, which that's the neshama of Torah. So one is dependent on the other. The kavanas hamitzvahs that he's looking for, that you should see the kavanas hamitzvahs is going to be totally in the nishmas deiraisa. V'hinei says the Rebbe, v'hinei sivov. V'hinei kemei shebelimud Torah, just like learning Torah. Afilu benigla the Torah. There's a lot of chidushim over here. The Rebbe says, but the Rebbe just says it without being Mekeda, just says the fact. So he says like this, because in he's the first mimer, he speaks a little differently, and other six of the Rebbe is a little differently, but here he makes like this, he just puts the fact down a little differently. Just learning Torah, I feel benigla the Torah. Even in nigla the Torah, because certainly in Pnim Satei Yesh Jibu Madrigas ad ein ketz, there's many levels till there's no end of how many levels there's in learning Torah. Everyone understands differently because Pnim Satei is according to the nefesh, and the nefesh not the other nefesh otanan the nefesh. Every person takes things differently. Who became a mitzvah, same too is true. And became a mitzvah. I feel by ma'isa mitzvahs. Even ma'isa mitzvahs, there's many levels. There's many levels on how to do the mitzvah, and for sure in kavanas mitzvahs, which is thinking how to attach himself with the Eibishter, what he's going to say later. What's the kavanas mitzvahs? Many levels, many different explanations. And for sure, there's many levels. Everyone according to his according to what he experiences. Al Pisa Yuva, now I'll understand, since we know that in Torah and in mitzvahs there's many levels. Al Pisa Yuva, now I'll understand Masha Yedua, it's known. Shemi Maisa mitzvahs is mentioned in Beis. Yeah. Kam Mekemis. Shedua Shemi Maisa mitzvahs, Naisim Levushim, La Neshama Ganein Atachten. It's known that from Maisa mitzvahs, the action of the mitzvah, the Neshama gets a levush, is able to experience Ganein Atachten. And the kavanas hamitzvahs, the person has kavanas hamitzvahs, tchilur chimu, nice and levushim beganei na'alyin. You get levushim beganei na'alyin, you're able to experience ganei na'alyin. L'chur is not understood. Regam beganei na'tach na'atzmi. V'gching beganei na'alyin na'atzmi, yeshri b'madreges. Ganei na'tach has many levels. Ganei na'alyin has many levels. Both of them have many levels. How's it possible? Shebechol ha'madreges yesim ha'levushim. How's it possible that all levels will have the same levushim? The answer to this is the Maisa mitzvahs, the Kavanas mitzvahs, Yeshib Madregas Kanal. The answer is that the Maisa mitzvah, the Kavanas mitzvah itself has many levels. So it's not saying that there's one Ian is getting to come to Gadein Atach, one Ian is getting to come to Gadein Elyon. Maisa mitzvah Taka brings it to Gadein Atach. Kavanas mitzvah brings it to Gadein Elyon to experience it. But in Maisa mitzvah and Kavanas mitzvah, there's many levels. So every level has a different Kavana, different Maisa that brings me to that level. Hine, it's a side note. Hine says the Rebbe further. Agam shekavana samitzvah, inish samitzvah.
Was it Maisa mitzvah in the levels?
What's the pshat?
What's the question?
What was the shaila? The shaila is asking that the chura if Maisa mitzvah levush for Gadein Atachten. Gadein Atachten, we know there's many levels. Even Madregas hadin ketz.
His question is more than one Maisa.
He's one more. Yes, the chura. So he answers as the even Madregas is Maisa mitzvahs.
Maisa mitzvah von Apostel. Ich muss Moshe
Meshwein zal chura.
Hat steht.
Ich weiß, das Sache hat steht sie, nein, weiß nicht, dass sie.
Der Buch Paris und Werke kein Tonne mitzvah. Ist kein anderer Kette.
Jeder mitzvah, ja.
Wie zweite ist das getan schon. Ist gewesen Maisa.
Yeah, the Maisa is going to be a levush. Yeah. To come to that level of that Gan Eden, you need a different levush.
Backen Matzes. Ich bin schon geworden, die Menschen.
The shot, das ist Mais am Mitzvah, das ist Kavonas am Mitzvah. That's a Mais.
Wir reden nicht der ganze.
Weil Michael steht der Meise, ist alle in sein selber Sache.
Mich betachel de Kolonne, also hier steht das Sachmal.
Steht das nicht? Also unser...
Teide ach, so mich betachel de Kolonne. Der Nigel Slon benehmen.
Moshe Rabbeinu selber, steht da jetzt gedenken.
Ja, teide ach, so mich betachel de Kolonne.
Schon der Kreis, das ist so der Kreis, die Idu haben schon die.
Was ist Achiddisch da? Das sag ich, das sind Chura... Aber es macht riecht das auch. Diese Juvan... Kilo anderen ist nicht verstandig.
Das ist Pasch, das ist Achilles. Eibs Achilles, wo gedacht steht nicht schlimm. Was sehr, die letzte Jahre, Eibs Achilles steht doch im Mocker, steht da nicht schlimm, alle Mal.
Wo steht es kein Mocke?
Steht nicht schlimm.
Aber steht es kein Mocke, richtig? Sehr positiv. Guck da ein bisschen, erste Meimer, hat nicht das. Also ich denke, der erste Meimer, nicht der positiv in einem Schritt. Gleich der erste Meimer. Kommt Money. Anyways. Hine, agam, שכוונס המצווה, היא נשמס המצווה, ששייך בכלל נשמוס די רייס, although we're saying that כוונס המצווה is the neshama of the mitzvah, which is usually שייך to נשמוס די רייס, מקום kam יום בכוונס המצווה, אם גם בניגלה דתירה. Many in Yonim Kavanas HaMitzvah is also in Nigla that you don't have to come up to Chassidus to come out to Kavanas HaMitzvah. Hey, when you get a Kavanah close weather, it's regarding to the general Kavanah mitzvahs, the mitzvahs, Shebchola mitzvahs b'Shavah, which almost have this in common denominator that what the L'chaim Rotzna Avaya, why is he doing the mitzvah to do what the Eibshter wants? The Kavanah is gam up in Nigla the Teira. This is a Kavanah which is even up in Nigla. El Shai Delim in Pnim Sateira, HaKavanah v'Rotzna the Odom L'chaim Rotzna Avaya Beifen Haile Yeser. It's only that if you learn Chassidus, the will, the readiness, the devotion to do what the Eibshter wants is a lot deeper, is a lot higher. So this is again the Kavanas HaMitzvah, which has many levels. Also the Kavanas Pratis, which every mitzvah individual has. Besides the L'chaim Rotzna Avaya, there's every mitzvah has its Kavanah, what it has to do to have an impact in the person. At that time, Kavanah the Kam mitzvahs in this parish, Kam Nigla the Teira. Gam apiderach hapshat. So the time and kavanah of many mitzvahs is explained also in Nigla the Teira, also of derech hapshat. Ad shatam the kam mitzvahs before till the reason for many mitzvahs says in the pasuk itself. And for sure, if it's al derech haram zadrush, for sure that you have the time and mitzvahs. It's full of reasons for mitzvahs. If you go the hints of the Teira, the drushim of Teira. It's only that the reasoning and the kavanah is the way it goes up his sword is much higher. By days of Gam, like the Rebbe did in the Kunst Chassidus. He took the reasoning up Pshat Ram's Drush Sod in Meidani and explained the way it's in taste of Emek. I did how it's up Chassidus. Yishleima, the Kamesh, when the Galeries and influence the Teira, the Abakosha Galin never been influenced the Teira. So he says, the Rebbe, just in regard to the use and influence the Teira. When you ask for a Galin, never been influenced the Teira. Stehen Sie selber gesagt? Yishleima, the Kamesh, when the Galeries and influence the Teira. Just in regard to when we ask for to see the wonders of Teira, Abakosha Galin never been influenced the Teira. When we ask to see the wonders of Teira, is Sharias and Flies the Teira, Nishmas of Nishmas of Nishmas of Teira, Meet Teira, Secham, and Yonim Eil Shabagali the Teira. We ask that it should be from seeing these in Yonim in the revealed parts of Teira. Me'aguf the Teira. V'gam elavush the Teira, kana al-sif dal. We should see it from the body of Teira, even from the clothes of Teira, which that's the purim of Teira, like we said before. Al der is I'm going to get the Kavanas HaMitzvahs, so to regard to Kavanas HaMitzvahs. Shani flows the Kavanas HaMitzvahs, Kavanas HaRizal. Ulam Maila Yeser, what's the Maila Yeser, Kavanas HaRizal? Kavanah of Chassidus. He's going to say soon. Tzichum Reisa, but the Kavanas Shadar Rapshat. Abitan Iflois, B'teira Secha, see Kavanas HaMitzvahs from the Kavanas Shadar Rapshat. We say Mezu, Meteicha Kavanas Shadar Rapshat, Am Vanam Lo Mecham Shlom Mikra. More than that, we should see it. More than that, we should see it. Mit der Kavonas oder Rabshat haben wir von Schlemike von der Kavonas oder Rabshat waits and understood for Rabban Schlemike. Shem Dugmas Lavusha de Reise, which just is like the cloth of Teda. Has he put him the Teda? She got the naked slave in the mason, even small children learn it. From them Zolazan, they teach the Kavonas. It should be massive, it shouldn't just be. Hello? Yeah, I'm giving you a share now. 11.
Sag doch, Meimer, wie viel kennt du Mlokut sich ist, Moshe?
I'll bring the impastos. Then the halachas and the drush. In the pshat, I'll say the tiefste Yonim. Yeah. Da habe ich doch gemacht, die von Asche, ja. Da habe ich mal geschrieben, wegen sich. Hat Tchuna von jeder Sache gesagt, in Nigle weiß der gleich, wo steht in Chassidus. Weiß der gleich, wo steht in Nigle. Also ein Tede. Da beschreibt wegen sich allein. Heisi, if the Kavonas HaMitzvahs negei, in Zashin Yonam Achinad, Mirim Yonam Mel Kmishim Pashtas. In Kavonas HaMitzvahs, this inyan, that the highest inyan you should know from the way they are in simple meaning, simple understanding of the inyan. It's negeya. If it's more negeya than in the way when they want in the way in Tate it is. Why? What's the advantage that I see the wonders of Tate from the simple meaning? The whole gain is that he's going to know it from. It's going to be his thing. It's not something that's coming to him from above. The Eibshter reveals him to him. He knows it because it makes sense to him. It's my pshat, it's my inyan. Since mitzvahs is to refine the people, kanal sefei, we feel bit of a zich behad ma mekayim sa mitzvah. The ikra bit of a zich choy de kavonas sa mitzvahs. The main refinement of the person is through the kavonas sa mitzvahs. V'kol shakavona in alas yeser, abir of a zich chonayl yeser. The higher the kavona, the more the zichuch. Therefore, by mitzvahs, it's even more negeya. Sheidiyas and influence kavanos and mitzvahs team techa kavanos shebepashtas. It's even more negeya that the knowledge of the influence of the kavanah should be from the kavanah bepashtas. Why? Because then it's going to be his thing. It's a combination of two opposites. On one hand, you say that what brings him to this recognition and Teda, this refinement is dafka because it's so nifla, so mufla, so it's sage shabbatera, it's chassidus shabbatera. On the other hand, when does it penetrate him? Only when it comes through the pashtas, kavanah shabbat pashtas.
The beer happens how? If you have the kavanah or just
if you it's not a kavanah so easily. It's not like a computer. He knows that this is the pshat here, this is the pshat here. What's the mice with the magid? That the friend came to the Magid and asked him, why does it take you so long to daven? And we both know Kavanah Savi. On me, it takes an hour and a half, and you should take also an hour and a half. Why does it take you so long? So he told him the whole story, that what do you do for life, for a business? He says, I go down once a year, I go down to Leipzig, whatever. It takes him a few months to get to the Schede. So he said, why don't you lock yourself up in that room and think over what we say? You know the story. He asked him, think over, how are you going to Leipzig and you're making your stanzias and you're buying this Schede and giving this Schede? Take an hour and a half and you'll be finished the whole thing. You won't have to waste 3 months of learning. So he told him, to get the Schede, you have to go down there. You have to take 3 months. So the Maggid told him, to get the Schede, it takes time.
the kavanah is you have to actually
Live it. Yeah, no, but I'll live it, yeah. It's not just...
but you only become a tzar for this if you actually know and you live it.
And you live it, right. If it's only knowing it's not like a computer, right. And here he says even more than that not only he knows it and he sees it from the pashta pshat in the kavanah. From the mispal zatin, like Simon's place from the Tzemach Tzedek. Please, Shalvar Mashem Eva Tzemach Tzedek b'Maimer Sheish Mitzatfila. Now we'll understand what the Tzemach Tzedek says in the Maimer Sheish Mitzatfila al Noshen. Ani mispal da zatinik. Why is he saying ani mispal da zatinik? L'chure b'Maimer Sheish Mitzatfila mevar ina tfila b'chlal v'gam kam in yon pratim tfila pikabola. In the Maimer Sheish Mitzatfila, the Tzemach Tzedek explains the din of davening in general and many bakoshes, and he goes through the whole davening.
Afferent und die Teine, was ihr gesagt habt, ist Paul da Athenik. Das ist nicht, dass ihr davon da.
Aber darf nicht davon ab. Das empfiehlt.
Dat nog iedereen dat ze wat zeggen. Je vraagt hem de reverse.
Ja. Ja, was der empfiehlt?
Der Rente ist es. An dem kann man nicht leben.
Aha. Da der Rabbi
ist der Apparent und die Schlille.
Das soll nicht sein.
Aber
der Rabbi, der meint es.
Die Ärzte haben so gebringt nicht damit. Das sind alleine Reihe und nach was ihr leben. Gut, das ist nicht
Okay.
Der Rabbi hat gesagt, dass er meinte bei ihm.
Die meint gar nicht, der fahren nach Eberste und der Zahl. Und das sagt, dass die alle Büro mit Kabbalah.
Und der Rabbi hat gesagt, man darf gehabt.
Darf jeder, dass sie nicht gehen, die alle Flotten, ach, das sind alle Sachen.
Mein Shiur ist noch.
Das ist wenn der Rente zum Reverse.
Gedenkst.
Gut, das ist der Rente zum Reverse. Was mit davon der Kabbalah?
Ich kann mir sagen, as Sheish that will explain everything like Kabbalah ve'ed, is is more than Kabbalah. He explains that Pichsid, which is even more than Kabbalah. Like it's known, like it's this, the Rebbe Rashab says, not like the world thinks that Chassidus is Masber Kabbalah. Chassidus is the neshama from Kabbalah. Kabbalah is a levush. As he says here, ve'ed is Pichsidus. As for them,
Kabbalah is a beer of Chassidus.
Kabbalah is a beer of Chassidus, yeah. Chassidus is the neshama. So he says, how do you bring in such a maimer, which is trying to explain the meaning of tefillah in the highest levels, to explain according to the Shleimer. She says, this is the Tzedek wants the hint, Shakavon is the tefillah, but Dagas Achinailes, the Kavon is in the highest level, you have Kavon, you're connected with the highest level. Tzichislis Kshuris, has to be connected with the way a simple child understands and relates to the Eibishter. Whether we're talking about in general the whole of davening, at the highest level of davening, connecting to Hashem should be from the way a child understands it. So too in regard to the explanation of the things, the psukim and the requests which we say in davening, the deepest explanations that what we're asking for could mean sfiris and the chayzos hechrin yonim. Tzrichim behesem has to be befitting v'achid the yosem tiyam teich pirish amirs that tefillah k'mesh tigim even till you should know it from the pirish amirs of davening the way a child understands it. In other words, there shouldn't be a gap. It should work together. Although this is true in all inyanim and Torah, but since davening we know is elevation, the person elevates himself. It's better the person is refining himself in davening. Therefore, by davening, this is more negay. Just we spoke explained it before earlier in regard to mitzvahs that that you should see the kavalas and mitzvahs. You should see the kavanas and mitzvahs is even more negay that you should see the neflois, the kavanas and mitzvahs even more than the primis atera. Therefore, the maim of sheish mitzat tefillah, the source of the in of davening, he has to say, you know what the core in of davening is? Davening like a child, because then you're seeing the deepest inyanim of Torah of Chassidus in the simple way of a child, the simple way of the way a child relates to davening. Now we'll know the connection of the two psukim, which in them is hinted the concept of lag beimer. Whether it's gala in a bit in flesh to the secho or the eda gala. These are the two psukim when you start in the memory. The Marash brought that if eda gala and the siddur is a hint for lag beimer, so gala in a bit in flesh to the secho is also a hint for lag beimer. Now understand the connection of the two psukim. Ki agal should be in love and Yankov. The mountain that was between Love and Yankov, that's like the Gzeir and the Mechitza, which was between the Elyenim and Tachtenim before Matan Ter. That's the mountain that Love and Yankov shouldn't connect. He's going to soon see why are they connected? What's the connection? Why does Mamish like the Mechitza between Elyenim and Tachtenim before Matan Ter? The Balagal should be Love and Yankov Shnei Yonim. The mountain with the love and Yankov, there's two concepts. One is a gal shabin love and el in shalom ma'ila mi Yankov li Yaakov. One mountain is between love and el and the pshittis of the Eibishter, the way the Eibishter is higher than Svidis, and he's removed from Yaakov. Yaakov's bal el matzilas, and he's removed from Yaakov. That's a parse between the elements in Sof Shalom Alam Atzilus v'Atzilus. There's a parse, there's a mechitza between the elements of Shalom Alam Atzilus and Atzilus. There's such a parse. Although whatever, yeah. Well, what's the pshat of this parse? Is the parse is for Atzilus? Is the parse for Bia? The Rebbe Shab speaks about this already. I'm sure everyone knows this already. He speaks about this parse, that there's a parse. Lepel, there's a parse over there. Then there's a gal between Yaakov and Lovna Tachten. The parse that between Yaakov and Lovna Tachten, which that's a parse between Atzilus and Bia. Over here, Lovna is not in Kedusha, rather it's the of Yeshus. Lovna Tachten. But Ram is like Beimer b'Pasuk Zeh. What's the hint of like Beimer in this Pasuk? Shaydei Rashbi is bar Ragal v'Mechitze. That Rashbi took the Mechitze between Bia and Atzilus, between Helm Sinsof and Atzilus, and he was mevar the Mechitze. That the Mechitze should be loved Elon Yaakov, Gam Mechitze should be Yaakov loved Natachten. He took this Mechitze and he was mevar it. No more Mechitze, no more separation. Machatz Tivani Erpa. Yeah, he was in the order. And Shagam Bibia Vagad Be'elamasi Gila Atzilus Vagam Gila in Sof Shalom Alam Atzilus. That even in Bia till Elamasi should be a revelation of Atzilus until the revelation of in Sof Shalom Alam Atzilus. V'yinzeh Ogam Ateichen the Pasuk Hashem Shmenam Zalak Beimer. And this is also the Teichen the second Pasuk which hints on Lag Beimer. Galin Abitin and Flois Tera Secho. What's the union of Galin Abitin and Flois Tera Secho? Reveal my eyes, and I should see the ones of your Teira. Shagam bin Yonash ben Nigla the Teira Bia, the Gam Belavush the Teira. As he put in the Teira, I see even in Nigla the Teira, which that's Bia, that's the goof of Teira. Even the Levushim of Teira, which that's Asiya. You begin and the flows the Teira because the Shmos the Teira Atzilus, the Gam because the Shmos the Lidin Shmos, the Lamaylam Atzilus should be revealed in Asiya, in the Levush. Well, hey, see, Dafshin was the mice and the mice. Okay. I can do whatever you tell me to do. Olay sif talpi edo shkol yom shbetem taxadi og tzarich leimar ze shapos geda gal ze shmedar min agal mechitz shbelam li yankif. According to what's known in Dal in Yom and exact, you have to say that this that the post geda gal ze, which is speaking about the separation between love and yankif. Manam zalak beim shin yon abir agal mechitz. Why is the post which says about that you should make a separation? It's hinting on Lag Beimer, which is the opposite, is to be mevar the mechitza, to make ois mechitza. Why did the sign to be that I shouldn't go over to you and you shouldn't come to me was dafku by making a mountain? Didn't make a wall, a thick wall. Ram is this the hinge. Like it says that for business they could come over to each other. So that's why why they should come make to begin with. That there should be a separation between Elyenim and Tachtenim is not that it should stay like that. Rather, the whole purpose of making this mechitza is that eventually they should come, even in Tachtenim, Tachtenim should be, the Elyenim should be nisgal on them. If the goal is there should be a chibur, make them right away, always be connected. Okay, in order that it should be the dir in the tacht has to be a creation of the tacht in such a way that is disconnected, detached from the alien. Not just the pale mamish, there's no alien revealed in them. Why they should make this, that the first, the creation, the beginning of the creation is in such a way that the tacht and the alien are separated from each other through a mechitze, is in order, in order that through you should be able to connect even such tachtenim. Which type of tachtenim? There's like zayda that they shouldn't be connected with the higher worlds. Im alien, yeah. Although there's a gzeir shleis chabrim el yenim, they should be mischabrim el yenim. V'zeh shalem is lag beim b'posuk yeda galazeh. Now we'll know why the hint for lag beim is dafka in the posuk yeda galazeh, which shows on the mechitza b'til yen tachtenim. Ki zeh shashbi bir agal v'mechitza. This the Rashbi took on this gal, this mountain of rocks that there was separating between Yaakov and Lavan, and he was mevarer to Shayod and his gal in a primi that seems to matzme. He was mevarer. he revealed why did Eibster make a tzimtzum altogether. Not that it should stay at tzimtzum, stay at tachtenim. Shakavon about tzimtzum she'yonah apnimi b'shvil agili. Why do you make this tzimtzum as in order that there should be a gili in tachten she'in tach lamat himenu? So this is the Eida Gal says they're revealing the mechuvin of the gal, mechuvin of the mechitza, the mechuvin of the hefsek. So once we know that what's the yin of Rashbi? Rashbi's yin is to reveal why do we make a mechitza? Why is there ever a mechitza? Is in order that we should make a chibur of tacht and shein tach lamatem and with al yenim. Now we'll know if Zel Shadam is like Beimer v'Pasuk Aleinu v'Abit Nefesh T'Ter Sechel Limeidim Yadam is like Beimer v'Pasuk Eida Galazeh. Now we'll know why the Rebbe Marash learns. At once we know that the Pasuk Eida Galazeh is a hint for like Beimer. Now we'll know why Aleinu v'Abit Nefesh T'Ter Sechel is also a hint for like Beimer. Fun Eida Galazeh. Wie bald Eida Galazeh is a hint for like Beimer. Kann man jetzt wissen, als a Galein ist echt a hint for like Beimer. Yeah. Because what's Galin and the main chiddush is not just that it should be a revelation of chidushim of Teira, of the primus of Teira, but more than that. That I should see it, my eyes should be revealing. That the person himself should be able to see. Even though he's a tachten, even though he's a mugbal, even though he's a adam, and he has his all his limitations, he should see that he should see the influence of Teira. That he should be able to see the Teira, the wonders of Teira, the kavana, the deepest inyan says rosin the rosin mitzad inyan from the person. Only if you're megale, only if you have like be'emer the way it's hinted in the galazeh, gila inyan apnim that tzimtzum. That we know that the tzimtzum, that the tachten that the Eibusher created is not in order to stay a tachten. It's only in order that he should become reconnected with the alien. So once we know that his only purpose that he's here is in order to be reconnected, then it's possible that he should see, he should see the wonders of Teira. This answers the question of all this that asked Matan Teira of Chassidus and Ashbi and Yitzchak Kislev, the Shaila. There's a few more the Rebbe speaks about it, that every day, the Arizal, Mitzvah Legal says, later that the Rebbe Hashem was Megalit in Chassidus HaKlolis. Alter Rebbe was Megalit in Eifen Isparas, in Avon Vasog, whatever. It's every generation is come over in a different Eifen. Upon my day, living off what's Ptim Satir, Rosh Bib Frat, Mission is Gal Subteris Chassidus. Gile be from the Spanish and Avon Vasog, Avacha Sechador Malim Natsachadami in Shalemid, till he learns so much so that when he becomes one with what he learns, this is the Shim's Rebbe says that the Ufta for Chassidus is that through a Machshavi Yunis, you become what you're thinking about. As I state in the Shim's. I go we have to remind with the Magid over there.
Really died to easy.
Really died to be easy, yeah. Shader Ham for the being Galeinai. The Magid, the story of the Magid said that, yeah, same story. So he says, he says that the whole Ufta for Chassidus. He brings the story and he says this. Shadar Hamburla being Galeinai, that this is Alderach we said before in the union of Galeinai, Shadis and influence the Teirim, it's an Inyon Shalodam Atzmi. This is the that he becomes one with the thing that he understands, because this is him. So when a person does this, now we're going to be through this learning Chassidus in such a way, we'll be besides that, the fact that the Eibusher was Ein Sof, the Eibusher could reach every single level of existence. More than that, that's what's going to be everlasting. It's good nitzchus, it's going to be such shleim. Yeah, the world is going to be invested in Ladas Shemovad. Shenem ki mola or is this avai kamayim gam b'chassim kulam mitzvah shleim dem shitz kedem karam mamash.
Next week,
Du tshuva.